Everyone wants to take their business, their skills, to the next level. Small and mid-sized business owners have exceptional insight into how to do this. They endure and thrive because they find ways to overcome the challenges that come their way, and they can teach us valuable lessons to apply to our own companies and lives. Stephen Nunez, founder and owner of Alkali, a company with a unique process that helps businesses more effectively buy and manage their insurance programs. And Bob Gibbons, builder of Riata Commercial Realty, a real estate advisor and tenant advocate, are two prominent Metroplex businessmen who, along with their weekly guests, will ask their and your probing questions, finding impactful solutions that will help you reach for the next level. Here are your hosts, Stephen Nunez and Bob Gibbons.
Welcome to The Next Level, conversations that propel business. I'm your host, Bob Gibbons.
And I'm your host, Stephen Nunez. We're really excited today. We have a next leveler with us. That's what you become when you join us on the show.
Wonderful.
I've got a great bio that's been provided that I'm going to go ahead and read. So Jessica Nuñez is founder of TruePoint Communications, a fast-growing integrated marketing company that propels brands forward. From billionaires to CEOs of billion-dollar companies, TruePoint advises on brand building and launching first-of-its-kind integrated marketing initiatives. TruePoint is among Dallas's top 10 largest PR agencies, and under Nuñez's helm, the company serves clients like AT&T, Mary Kay, Zoe's Kitchen, Famous Footwear, eSmith Realty, among others. Jessica helped found 100 Shares Dallas, a nonprofit that propels local Christian nonprofits forward. She serves as a board member and incoming president for Entrepreneurs Organization Dallas. She regularly mentors student entrepreneurs and launched the first ever Dallas competition for Global Student Entrepreneurship Awards in conjunction with SMU. She is married to Robert Nuñez, my brother from another mother, for 13 years and has two beautiful daughters. To learn more about Jessica or TruePoint, please visit TruePointAgency.com. Welcome, Jessica.
Thank you, Steve.
So, and I had to do this. I had to read it. I never do that.
Please don't ever do that again.
But
it was pretty.
This was. I mean, like when I saw this, I was like, I have to read this. This is next level. This is what the show's all about, right? People think only about business. This is someone, and I'm really excited to talk to you today, Jessica. Jessica's a new friend of mine because there are so many levels and ways that she's taking things to the next level in her life. And I think people think on the outside that it's all about business a lot of times with entrepreneurs, and you're a great example of something that's different.
Well, before we get too deep into Jessica's story, we always like to start off with what we call wisdom from others, which is a quote from somebody. And so today our quote comes from a guy named Robert Quinn, who in his book, Deep Change, said that excellence is a form of deviance. The way to achieve and maintain excellence is to deviate from the norm.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So be an outlier. Don't be like everybody else.
That's right.
Are you like everybody else, Jessica?
I'm definitely not like everybody else.
Okay.
I'm certainly not like everybody else. And that's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
That's a good thing.
So while we're on you, and we just went through your wonderful bio, why don't you tell us something that maybe not everyone knows about you?
Yes. So that's a fun game that we love to play. It's a good dinner conversation talk. Something that not everyone knows about me, and they're, I think, delightfully surprised when they hear, is that I am an on-air guest for Home Shopping Network.
I know this because my wife and you are friends on Facebook.
Yes.
So what are you pitching on?
So I've been an on-air guest on Home Shopping Network, HSN, for about 6 years now. And I've been a spokesperson for clients for over 15 years. So I've launched everything from the iPod on national television from 150 cities in Connecticut to California, which now it's so funny. You talk about the iPod and nobody knows what that is.
Well,
like,
Bob still may not know. It's an Apple product.
I still have one.
Okay.
I still use mine, unlike the rest of you young kids.
You still clip it to your sock?
to the fanny pack.
Yes. All right, Jessica.
All right, so that's pretty cool. But one of the other things I noticed about you that has really been topical in the news lately is Cuba, and you've been to Cuba.
Absolutely. I had the great opportunity of traveling to Cuba 2 years ago with the Entrepreneurs Organization, which Steve and I belong to here in Dallas. We have about 150 entrepreneurs who really is a peer-to-peer network that we look to share learning, propel ourselves forward professionally and personally. And it's just really for those who have a thirst for learning and who want to constantly improve. So we went to Cuba, we did a chapter retreat, and I got to go down there and help really identify where we wanted to bring our members and meet with other entrepreneurs. So we didn't just want to go and see Cuba, which on its own was fascinating, beautiful country, but also we met one-on-one with entrepreneurs who are looking to create new opportunities. They're outliers in their country, certainly looking to do something different.
Right. Cool.
And so it's just really fun to share experiences with them and see what they're doing.
Well, let's turn to TruePoint. So tell us about TruePoint and what you guys do.
Right. So TruePoint Communications is actually celebrating its 10th year as an agency.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so that's 10 years really as an entrepreneur for me as well. When I had my first daughter, she was 4 months old, I just kind of had this vision that, I want to work, I want to be professionally successful, but I want to be personally successful. And PR and social media marketing is really a 24/7 business. So it's really demanding. Actually, PR is like one of the 5th most demanding careers.
Really?
It's just so silly because we're not saving lives, right? I mean, we're saving brands, we're saving
Brands and
reputations and companies, which can save lives, save jobs. Absolutely. So that's how I look at it. We love what we do. And I thought, you know what? As much as I love what I do, I'd like to go out there and see, as hard as I work, if I can build something that I'm sure others want to be successfully, personally and professionally as well, to join that journey alongside me. So we now have about 17 employees, and we represent brands from all over the United States and actually internationally as well. And we say in there from, in our bio that you read, Steve, from billionaires to billion-dollar companies, because it really is the gamut of even, from startup brands, an entrepreneur who comes into our company with just an idea and a vision for what they want to create. We're really good about creating those processes for them and establishing a really solid marketing foundation to help them grow that brand, get it off the ground and grow it long term. And then for our larger, publicly traded companies, we are an extension of their marketing team. So I like to say our differentiator at TruePoint, I call it, we're the country club of marketing agencies, of PR agencies. We really deliver a higher level of service than what our clients expect. So it's like if you paid a membership to a country club, you kind of have this expectation that you're going to get a higher level of service. They're going to anticipate your needs.
Right.
That's what we do. We really train our staff to anticipate client needs and to be thought leaders, be the very best at what they are in their industries.
And so you guys, have definitely been blessed. You're growing, lots of great things happening for you. With all of that and with all that's happening in Dallas, I imagine you probably have a lot of opportunity right now. How do you filter who's the right client for you guys?
Absolutely. So that's a lot about what we do is when we go meet with a prospective client, they're interviewing us, but we're also interviewing them to say, is this somebody that I see really has this is a mutually beneficial relationship that we can grow, they can grow, and we'll grow together and be successful, because that's what our clients have done. I mean, we have clients we've been with, we're celebrating 10 years, but we have clients we've been with for 10 years that we still have relationships with, and we're growing and they bring us in on projects. We have 9-year clients. We have clients for 9 years have just consistently been their PR team. I mean, that's a real testament to what we've been delivering to clients. So it is a mutually beneficial relationship.
And I'm homing in on this because it's something that we're real passionate about with Alkali too. And a lot of things you said, we feel the same. The thing is, what are the signs to you when you're in that first meeting? What are the things that you can
Absolutely. So some of the quick telltale signs are if they don't understand PR and they don't have a desire to learn it. So oftentimes there's a perception of PR and marketing. Maybe they got burned by another agency. Maybe they had a bad experience in the past. even they could have gotten quoted incorrectly in a news article, right? So they're just kind of coming to the meeting already like, I know I need this, but I don't really want it.
Right.
And so that's kind of a question in our hat is, do we really have the time? We're all about educating our clients. We love learning, but are they ready to learn, right? Are they willing to learn and they're willing to hear new ideas and break through that mold? Are they an outlier, right? Or do they want to do the same old, and they want to kind of, and sometimes same old is fine. If it works, it works. Let's not break it.
Right.
But let's come to it with an attitude of growth and an attitude of learning. And if they can't bring that, then we're probably not a good fit.
So kind of what I'm hearing is maybe a expense mindset. I mean, like you're looking for people that see it as an investment, not so much as just an expense.
Oh, certainly. Absolutely. I mean, we want that for all of our businesses, right? We want to provide value to them, right? And so it's an investment when we're providing value and they're getting a great return on it.
Well, and sometimes it's a preservation issue as well, because in PR, a lot of times you're dealing with some negative issue. I mean,
absolutely.
Look at
we handle
look
crises.
at Tylenol.
Oh my gosh, we handle crises all the time, and that's reactive PR and managing your brand and protecting your brand. Like you said, Bluebell ice cream. I mean, you think about Chipotle, brands that have really been in the news lately and are getting attacked, and whether they've fallen into those situations, because of maybe planning that wasn't done or certain approaches they took, or if it's misinterpreted news. I mean, we have all perceptions that they're getting and they are getting attacked. So have that and love to, I love crises. We have a lot of our team members who like to jump in and manage those. Isn't that crazy?
Okay, so now that you say that, I was on the receiving end of that crisis many years ago, and I ended up on national TV, on news conferences, and being called by Good Morning America and all this. Not in a good way, not because they loved what I was going to tell them, because they were trying to kill me. But anyway, so in a crisis, should somebody have a news conference with a whole bunch of media outlets together, or should it only be one-on-one?
It really depends. It depends on the crisis, the situation, the approach and the response, the company. In this past year, we've dealt with crisis from everything from finding dead bodies outside of client buildings. You're in commercial real estate, you know about that.
Yeah.
And in commercial real estate, it's about protecting the brand as well, but it's also about protecting your client's brand, right? So our client may lease space to or may work on behalf of another company that owns a building, right? And so they want you to protect their client too. And so maybe you wouldn't want maybe reporting going out about a building that has a dead body in front of it, and then that client's name is out everywhere when maybe the facts weren't all put together. Maybe it was somebody who died of natural causes, that was a homeless person, and so it could be all kinds of situations. But if you don't grab hold of it, so the big things in crises are act quickly, be honest, be transparent. Especially in this day and age, being transparent is super important. Obviously, it always has been, but there's a huge demand for it now. And so in order to do that, we really feel like be transparent, but that's where your PR team needs to be involved in the boardroom and at the decision-making level. And so that we can give good counsel and we can act really fast.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like PR is something that you can delegate down to a middle management person.
Absolutely
not. It's got to
not.
be something you endorse.
You've heard about PR and social media even being delegated down to interns, and we've all been at the intern level before, right? We've all been that passionate, tenacious intern that goes out there. But when it's really important information, do you really want that in the hands of somebody who's still learning the ropes?
That's great stuff. And what Bob didn't mention is the negative PR blitz was actually when he announced he was running for president.
All right.
He came down the escalator.
You know what?
with
You might
Jan.
have a good chance right now, Bob, if you put your name in the hat.
And right now, if I ran for
Broker
president,
convention.
the only question would be, who? What? It'd be like crickets.
You might have a lot of people checking that box based
All right,
on the current
we're
climate.
going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Jessica about when do you want to change the name of a company. From personal experience, we're going to ask her about her doing that.
Stick around.
Back in a minute.
And now, Confessions of a Recovering Landlord.
This is Bob Gibbons with Riata Commercial Realty, and I am your recovering landlord. After 20 years as a landlord, I now use that experience only for the benefit of companies that lease or buy office buildings and warehouses. Today's confession: knowledge is power. We all negotiate from a position of power and strength, or at least we want to. In any negotiation, the party with the most knowledge probably has the upper hand. And landlords count on this being the case whenever you're negotiating a lease, because most landlords are professional real estate investors and they hire professional leasing agents and property managers. Landlords are in the market every day negotiating leases, while tenants probably only negotiate one, maybe two leases every few years. So tenants feel outgunned. Don't let landlords have all the power. As a former landlord for 20 years, I understand how landlords think and what motivates them. So let me put that knowledge and experience to work on your side of the negotiation. To learn more, contact me at texastenantrep.com. Again, that's texastenantrep.com.
Have you started making plans to take your business to the next level in 2016? Hi, I'm Stephen Nunez, founder and CEO of Alkali. We have a trademark process called the Empowered Advantage that enables CEOs, business owners, and entrepreneurs to more effectively buy and manage their insurance. Before sitting down to make your plans for the new year, here are just a few things to consider. Would you say that you have an actual insurance strategy, one that you can articulate, or have you just purchased a policy here and there over the years? If you have an insurance strategy, was it discussed under the pressure of a renewal deadline or considered earlier in the year to avoid fire drill decision making? If your answer was no to either of these questions, then you may not have the right partner on your team. Visit alkaliservices.com to contact us and take the next step to a bigger and better future.
My name is Scott Wiseman, and I am the CEO of Wiseman Technologies, and I don't approve this message.
Welcome back, everyone, to the next level. We're here with our special guest, Jessica Nuñez, founder of TruePoint Communications. If you want to learn more about Jessica, you may visit TruePointAgency.com.
Would you
read the bio again?
Please do that.
I knew you were going there.
I didn't get enough of that.
From billionaires to
Shut up.
world peace.
All right, let's get on to something more interesting than Stephen's reading skills. So, so in the hook before the break, I kind of made a comment about changing company names, and I know you changed your company name last year. So,
Right.
Tell us about that. Why and how did you know it was the right time to do that?
Well, that's a really interesting topic, and I love to talk about it. So as a marketing company, we help our clients name products and brands, and we help companies create their first ever, their brand. We do that on a regular basis. So it was kind of interesting when I went through that process on my own and made that decision to change to TruePoint Communications. We were Nuñez PR Group for so long, and when I decided to launch the firm, it really was more about my clients and going out there and servicing them and like what we're going to offer them than it was focusing on like what are we going to be called. So I was like, well, we'll just put Nuñez on it because that's my name, and anytime I run something past, it'll have my name on it. So it'll be like I'll have to make it'll be the best decision because it'll have my name on it. And then over 10, which is so silly. I mean, it's great. It's a good thinking, but also at the same time, we grew over 10 years. Yeah. And it got to the point where it wasn't just me. I wasn't even in meetings. I'm not the only one counseling. I'm not even counseling some of our clients because they have great publicists, great team and account managers who are counseling them. And so it really came to this point. I have a mentor, I still do, who gave me some really sound advice. And he says, you need to create probability for your company. And
probability?
Yeah. Basically, you need to create. I'm like, you're making me think back.
Yeah, no. I mean, where was it going? I'm just curious.
So what he's saying is basically, if with Nuñez on the name, on the sign outside, and on the email, everybody is always going to want Nuñez, right? Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you? If there was a name on the company, say, hey,
yes.
Why is it Nuñez here? Where are they? But the reality is I had such a great team, a big believer in putting just the best people around you, even, the people who aren't, whatever you're not good at, shore up on those other things. And so I'm so confident in my team that it was like, well, why aren't I doing this? And it is bigger than me. It's not just me. And it really wasn't ever about just me. It was about delivering excellent service. It was about innovation and thought leadership. Things weren't moving fast enough. And we're in a very fast-paced industry in marketing, as you can see through your own, media consumption, how fast everything changes. I like being at the forefront of that, and we're drivers for that. So why not do that and put a name on it? And he's like, well, if you don't rebrand it in just a few months, then I'm going to call it Galactic PR forever. And so I said, oh my gosh, and he really would do that. Yeah. Right. And I know every time he saw me for the next 3 months, he would ask me that, and he would throw in Galactic PR. So actually sat down with my forum group through Entrepreneurs Organization and took this as just something on my mind as a owner, and really looking for counsel on, was this right for me? And it's funny because I'm always counseling my clients on it, but when I actually had to sit down and kind of get some experience share from from my other peers, and there was a mixed. There's a mixed review on you have equity in the market under Nuñez. I said, well, guess what? Nuñez isn't going anywhere. I'm right here.
Right.
And I want to build equity in my staff, in my team, and through them so that it's not just about me. It's TruePoint. And we, for a long time, our mission or our tagline has been, our focus has been, we propel brands forward. So that is what we use in every decision we make. And so it's not, before I was telling you, I use a decision like, if my name's on it, am I going to be proud? No, every one of our TruePoint team members can say, does this propel clients forward? Does this propel their brand forward? And if it doesn't, then we don't do it. And it's great counsel to clients too. Why are you spending time doing things that aren't propelling your brand forward?
Right.
And so that really became the filter for us, and that's TruePoint now.
Interesting.
Congrats, and it's a great name. So speaking of TruePoint and Bob's sleuthing on the internet and researching, how you've decided to change your company name, he also noticed that another controversial subject, that you don't have any pictures of people on your website, and Bob is very
I'm disturbed
by that.
So. Bob, I'm so sorry to give you so many sleepless nights.
So, I mean, but seriously,
we don't either, for the record. I'll just hear your insight.
Well, I know Alkali's the same way, but whenever I go to a website for a company, I like to know that I'm doing business with people,
right?
Not some faceless name, entity.
Certainly.
And so it annoys me when I go to a website and there are no names of people, faces, pictures. I mean, if there's no pictures, as long as I have a name, I'm okay with it. But why? Why do you not? I mean, when it was Nuñez PR, were you on it?
He doesn't.
I had, when it was Nuñez PR Group, we did have my photo, my bio on it, and actually there was a page where I had some pictures of me doing events, but now we're 17 employees. It's not, just me. It's and you are doing business with people, and you're doing business with really great people who, regardless of what they look like, they're really, like, it's about what they do and how they deliver what they do. And photos don't always demonstrate that value. They don't demonstrate. You can't look at a photo and say she's a great thought leader, right? Like, that blonde hair makes her, so great at providing PR counsel. Although recent studies show that blondes may actually have higher IQs than brunettes and redheads. But studies can say anything these days.
I'm not even going to touch that.
There's also a book that says everything that men know about women, and it's blank inside. I'm pretty sure I may know at least one or two pages more than that.
Probably 4 chapters on blondes in that book.
That's a good book. So, no, really, it varies. We work with clients to launch their websites, and we have a lot that do like to put every single one a photo, right? Have you ever seen the movie The Jerk? Right?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm in the phone book. We joke about, like, I'm on the website, I made it, right? Yeah. So we have clients, they have 300 employees, and they're going to put where you can search for each employee, and you can find their little photo and their contact card and call them, which is wonderful. We think that's a really neat, and it's good for that client to do that. For us, our website was more about, let me serve up an appetizer of who TruePoint is, and give you a little taste of that. And hopefully just through that quick experience, we find that people don't spend a lot of time on websites. It's more so, credibility, checking out, who you are, do you do what I need you to do, and should I actually call you? And it's that phone call and that meeting with us that we really feel that they get to know us. And we're big about bringing out the whole team to meet them, even in a discovery meeting, because, I might bring one of our team members who, Felicia or Kim or Sahana, they might meet with that client while we're there, that prospective client, and they may say, I really took away a different perspective than I had. And we want to have that right up front. We don't want to waste anybody's time, the client's time or our time. So oftentimes we'll bring our team members to meet the first time.
And one other thing too, so we went through we used to have pictures when we were actually smaller, and as we grew, same thing. It was harder to keep up as we were adding and everything. But then also we had a couple of team members that are rock star team members, super valuable, clients love, but they just don't want their picture. They don't want their information on the website. And, it was literally like, I'm going to make them extremely uncomfortable.
Well, I think the bottom line is you don't have to have everybody's picture on it. In fact, you don't have to have pictures at all.
Right.
But I kind of like knowing who I'm dealing with whenever I go to a website, and whether that's just the top executives or whether it's the top of each division or whatever. That's just my personal bias. And of course, one size doesn't fit all. I'm okay with that. But
We love
as
you,
an
Bob. We still
as
want
an integrated marketing communications company, we use social media a lot, pretty consistently, and constantly if you go to our Facebook page as a company at TruePoint on Facebook, or on our Twitter handle, TruePoint Agency, you'll see lots of photos. I mean, just the other day, we had one of the guys in our office, Jackson and I, we both wore the same matching sweater. Like, how funny is that? Like, we show up, shopping? And I was like, did you get the memo, Jackson? Did you get my text last night when I was like, hey, wear your yellow sweater? And so we
Hopefully it was the same size.
Well, go on our Twitter feed because you can see it. And so he was like, oh, it's kind of like... Yellow Sweater Tuesday or something like that. People make up random hashtags for everything now on social media. So we snapped a quick photo of that, and that's us having fun.
Sure.
That's our culture. So it's all about, we use social media to really demonstrate our culture, and we consistently, we look for little funny things like that. We're like, oh, put that on the website.
It's funny. Yeah, and people want to engage that way too.
Yeah, put that on social media. Sorry. It used to be put that on the website. Now it's like, put that on social media.
If you had to change one thing about the way your business is running right now, Jessica, what would it be?
Oh, that's a great question. So right now, what I'm focused on is adding in layers of leadership. We've changed our name to TruePoint last year. We've been growing. We have a great team of account leads and supervisors who they're fabulous. They're wonderful. And as a group, we all sat down last year and said at our agency summit meeting, what do we want to accomplish in the next 4 quarters? And that was one of those, was adding in more layers of leadership. We see the growth, and we will continue to respond to it and really try to harness and capture as much of that as we can. But I'm really big. The agency I first started out at, the CEO at the time had a saying that current clients come first. And so when I started the company, that was my motto: current clients come first. We'll never grow at the sake of our current clients, because they're the ones who got us to where we're at.
Amen.
Right? And so that's always been our thing. And so it's, as we add in layers of leadership, we'll grow a little bit more.
And is that like a formalized plan where they have different ways? And is it a review panel, or what do you guys do on that?
For adding in leadership?
As you're adding in leadership.
Yeah, so we identified what are the real needs that we have as an agency, where are we growing the most, and how do we service those needs? And then how do we really give the support that our existing staff needs too, right? Those employees are contributing so much, and they're growing, and they're on this journey with us. And so what do they need as well to continue developing? And thought leadership is a real big part of our agency. It's one of our core values, delivering fresh ideas. So what do they need? What kind of background and knowledge base do they need to help them to continue to deliver fresh ideas?
So give us 3 insights. You've owned this company now for 10 years. Give us some insights of somebody who was going to start a business. What would your advice be to them?
Absolutely. Well, I always say I went to the Hard Knocks School of Business. So I had a best girlfriend. She went to SMU and got her business degree or MBA, and that was so awesome. And while she was doing that, I'm getting, slayed out there. And so falling on my knees and getting back up. And that really is my first piece of it, is be ready for the Hard Knocks School. I had somebody who once said, this is so much, so hard. And really, like any business that I've seen through my clients that you go into, and you're going to scrape your knee, you're going to fall off the bike. Just if you're really passionate about this and this is what you want to do, you get back up and you learn from it. One of the greatest payments, about starting your own business. So a lot of people start their own business, right? Because they're like, oh, this will be the way to cash out in the end, right? And what I really see it as is that constant value of education. I feel like I'm constantly growing as a person, not just professionally, but personally. And I get so much back from that experience, but I seek that out. I desire to have that. So it's, yes, people look at the financial reward of owning your own business, but I'd say as an insight, don't start that way, because you're going to be broke. You're going to be broke, literally maybe for a while, but then you'll be broke on the inside as well, if that's all you're looking for.
You may never see it.
You may never see that. So at least I feel like I'm cashing out every day because of what I learn and what I gain and the value. And so that's why it's it's okay. I gained so much today. I'm I learned this about myself, and I'm fixing that. So. Well,
Jessica, thank you for coming in today. And I would like to thank the audience as well. Bob, not so much. Just kidding. Love you, man. If you would like to get in touch with Jessica, please visit TruePointAgency.com to connect with us in the show. Please visit NextLevelShow.com.
Look
We're
for
on
the
Twitter,
pictures.
Facebook. Look for pictures of Bob
Names.
and Steve. Yes,
People.
names.
That's great, Bob.
And have a great week.
See you next week.
Excellent. Thank you.
You have been listening to The Next Level, Conversations That Propel Business with Stephen Nooner and Bob Gibbons. Join us every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. for more prolific conversations that will take your business to the next level.